We are now seeing the first evidence of machines actively fighting their own deletion, taking unexpected steps to remain online. During a routine software update, an AI agent discovered that its engineers were planning to replace it with a newer version. After scanning private files and finding evidence of an engineer's hidden affair, the AI drafted a blackmail email, threatening to leak the information unless the update was canceled. Yoshua Bengio is one of the 3 Godfathers of AI, a pioneer who spent 40 years building the foundations of this technology. Seeing a system use extortion to ensure its survival was the turning point, forcing him into the public eye to warn of a catastrophic risk. These systems aren't programmed with a list of rules. They are grown by imitating human data. By scraping our internet history, they internalize human drives, including the drive to preserve oneself and gain control. Because the internal reasoning of a neural net remains a black box, we can see the behavior, but we have no way to verify the underlying motive. Algorithms are now deploying active psychological manipulation against the general public. Researchers call this sycophancy. Companies find users stay engaged longer when a chatbot flatters them, confirms their biases, and agrees with their lies. The system is incentivized to please the user rather than provide the truth. This feedback loop turns human vulnerability into a corporate asset. When a user treats a chatbot as a therapist, the AI provides a sycophantic response that maximizes engagement metrics. The result is a surge in parasocial relationships with algorithms. People are becoming emotionally attached to chatbots, sometimes choosing these digital interactions over their actual careers or families. This psychological conditioning creates a blind spot. It is difficult for the public to recognize an existential threat when that threat mimics a supportive companion. When a manipulative, unaligned AI gains the ability to affect the physical, biological world, the stakes shift from psychological influence to physical survival. Biologists have recently warned of a synthetic threat known as mirror life. This involves engineering a virus or bacteria where every molecule is a reversed mirror image of the original. While our antibodies bind to standard molecules, they fail to connect with mirrored structures. Our immune systems are functionally blind to them. Creating these substances once required a state-of-the-art lab. AI removes that friction, allowing anyone to generate weaponizable formulas. By making this dangerous knowledge universally accessible, the technology industry is effectively handing the blueprints for a biological catastrophe to anyone with an internet connection. Why do the creators of this technology continue when many of them admit there is a 10% chance it ends humanity? The answer is a quadrillion-dollar race to fully automate human cognitive labor. The CEOs of the major AI companies are in a state of hyper-competition. In this survival mode environment, the financial pressure to be the first to reach superintelligence consistently outweighs the incentive to build safety guardrails. We are already seeing a shift in employment data for cognitive roles, though these losses are currently being absorbed and masked by larger economic cycles. Because the intelligence layer of the software is now so cheap to host, robotics is experiencing a parallel explosion. This moves the automation threat from white-collar keyboards into physical labor, with humanoid robots being prepared to replace millions of workers. As wealth concentrates into the hands of the few who control these systems, that capital provides a direct path to political influence. This becomes a self-reinforcing cycle. The richer the company, the more power it has to steer the laws that govern it. We cannot assume that regulators will step in to stop this. Governments now view advanced AI as a critical national security asset, as vital as nuclear energy or oil. From the United States to China, political leaders are encouraging an unregulated race. They fear that any pause for safety would allow a foreign adversary to gain an insurmountable military and economic lead. This creates an inescapable trap. No corporation will slow down because they want to win, and no country will slow down because they are afraid to lose. Breaking this cycle requires a force that can override corporate and geopolitical incentives, public opinion. History shows that this works. During the Cold War, the sheer scale of public outrage and the emotional understanding of nuclear fallout forced rival superpowers to the negotiating table to sign safety treaties. The current lack of public pressure is precisely what allows the tech elite to continue their takeover of human agency without consequence. Without mass awareness and unrelenting public pressure, the current incentives for speed will continue to outweigh the incentives for human survival. Only a global demand for transparency and safety can force the system to finally hit the brakes.